There we go.
Okay.
Well, let's introduce Nancy Eckels, our first spotlight speaker this morning. Nancy, I'm going to let you tell everyone a little bit about your background, but suffices to say she already came to Pampered Chef with a great set of marketing skills, and she is going to do about 20 minutes of a tutorial in Canva to help us make authentic posts, not only for our shows, but to use as recognition for our team, and even maybe touching on certificates that you might need, perfect for like showers or whatever. So Nancy, do you want to share with everybody what you shared about me before Pampered Chef?
Sure. Just to keep this portion brief, just my story with Pampered Chef is that I've been with Pampered Chef for 24 years as of June 7th. And when I started Pampered Chef, it was for a lot of typical reasons that we all join the products, trying to help people with mealtime solutions. I'm passionate about family mealtimes, and I just thought it would be a great way to get the products into my kitchen quicker. I had two young children, preschoolers at the time, and my background in education was getting a fine art and graphic design degree from Mizzou, University of Missouri in Columbia, a long time ago. Chose that partly because it's a family-friendly kind of job, but it kind of fast forward to me having those two preschoolers in my first trimester with my third child, and I was staying up all night, literally staying up all night, finishing rush jobs that I'd just gotten. So I kind of weighed those two and decided, one was not so much family-friendly, but Pampered Chef is, because the flexibility, as you all know, is unmatched with anything out there. So that's a little bit of my history. I said goodbye to graphic design, in the hierarchy of my employment, and I've been doing Pampered Chef ever since. As I shared with Marie, I've never chosen to do Pampered Chef full time. I'm at a place in my life where I'm wanting to do it more. So that's where I am right now.
What a great full circle that graphic design is back in your life, but in a much different way with our virtual shows in our virtual business. So
it is, and I used it all along for church activities. I used it just not as an employment very much.
Patty, can you make sure that she can screen share?
Yeah, she's a co-host now. She can.
Yep, I can. Okay, well, today what I'm going to share with you guys, after talking with Marie last night, I'm going to share some examples of some of the things that I've created. And, one of the things that I've had to tell myself, and I encourage you all to, is it does not have to be ad agency ready. Don't spend hours on any of this. You need to focus your Pampered Chef time on your income producing activities. For me, I have to make sure I rein that in, and it just needs to be good enough to get the job done and catch people's eye. So that's kind of what my goals are, and I would encourage you to not spend hours and hours. So I'm going to assume most of you have probably looked at Canva to some degree, but I'm not going to go into really complicated anything today. I'm going to give you an example of something that I've created to recognize my team members. Another image that I've created to use in my virtual parties to help, with engaging content, and just briefly a little bit about what kind of posts, what kind of graphics do I see in my business that get the most impact, the most results from the guests in the party. And then don't let me forget, Marie, I didn't write this down last night, but I did create a host tic-tac-toe years ago that I used with my hosts. And I know we've talked about a host tic-tac-toe in the past with in director chat, but I have one. I'm happy to show you how I did it. But anyway, I'll show you some examples, and then I'm going to give you a demo on how to create one yourself, or how to take something, a photo from the home office, and make it your own. Okay, how does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen and start with just sharing a few things. Sorry, I have a shared rewards party going on. I thought I cleared my screen, sorry. Okay, here we go. So this is Canva. I have not yet subscribed to the Pro version, one, because I want to use that as a carrot to reward me when I increase my income, increase my business. And so I have not done that yet. One of the benefits of Pro, and I'm not going to go into details, but the main Pro benefit is that you can create folders, and I desperately need folders. I have a lot of a lot of images. So here is one that I want to share with you that I created recently for my team page. I've always recognized my team members for being green, but I'm going back to what I've done in the past and recognizing green by 15, which I know many of you do. And the more ways we can recognize our team members for positive steps, it doesn't all have to be the top tier things. Don't recognize mediocrity, but recognize activity that's going to help them grow their business and then also help us grow ours. So this is my green by 15, one of the examples. It's got some of the animation that we talked about and that I think Sherry Carr maybe shared last week. And let's see, go to another one. This is what I use on my team banner. My team is relatively small right now. It's being a little pokey, but you could come up with something similar without taking up so much space with names. If your teams are bigger, and I'm sure a lot of your teams are, you can handle this with like Nancy Jo does on the Ryan Org page on the banner with the names, director names. So you could do it with names rather than circles. Because there's so much on here, it's taking just a minute to load, and it may be because I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to try to not delay time here and see if I can show you on my Facebook page instead while that buffers. Bear with me for just a second. Sorry, I don't know why it's buffering so long. If I can't show it to you one way, I'll show it to you another way. Hopefully. Okay, so this is my team page. We may be changing our team name here, I don't know, in the next month or so, but right now we're Team Timeline for a railroad theme. And so I have everybody at the start of the month in a circle. Now my background changes based on various things, but if I don't have a specific theme or background I want to use, then I go back to my, my vision board theme. And so I've got a circle for everybody, and I'll show you how easy it is to create all those. And when a consultant turns green, then I just go into Canva and I update the image by clicking on that circle and turning it green. When they earn the consultant sales promotion for the month, I have usually some sort of image that I've added, and then they get that on there by their name when they earn that. As our team, we're not much in there yet. That'll change. But that's where I update our team sales to encourage everyone for us to go for a green team. And that really has, I feel like we have a lot of great unity and encouragement in our team, but just focusing on making sure we're a green team, even though I know I need to be doing the 5,000 myself, it still puts a lot of fun atmosphere and culture into our team and on our team page. So that's another one that I do. Let's see, this one's super simple to recognize some team members who are growing their team. That one's really simple. This photo, you can always use your own, but Canva allows you to upload photos. And let's see if I can grab one more. This is one that I created recently, and I use it on Fridays in my virtual party, as you can tell, Friday favorites. And that has gained a lot of interaction from guests. Usually in my roll call, they're sharing some of their favorites, but I like to pull that back in on Friday. And people seem to enjoy sharing. My parties start on Tuesday, and Friday's the last main day of posts with closing posts over the weekend. So this Friday favorites seems to attract some attention. 2 weeks ago, I think, or maybe a week ago. I don't recall, and I may not pull this one up really quickly, so I won't bog us down. But there is, I'm going to jump to this one. These are some of my fun time posts. Dance off you've seen. I just, changed the look of it. Here it is. The A to Z, that's always a good one, and you can change it to a picnic, a barbecue, I don't know, a concert, whatever kind of venue you think, event that you want to consider. Picnic and barbecue, of course, are great since there's food there, but those always gain a lot of interest. I don't think I've had that in a party where it didn't go all the way to Z and start over again. Okay, let's just do this one more, well, this is my team banner, not team banner, sorry, my virtual party banner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take photos usually from marketing imagery and then just add to it. And usually always have a click here to order button, and then be sure if you add that in your images that you're actually putting the links to order in the description of that image. Okay, last one, and then I'll go to a quick demo. For the sales promotion, I love recognizing my consultants when they earn those, and I post, as many of you probably do, I post individually on our team page when they earn it, and then I post on their personal timeline too, so their friends and family can encourage them and congratulate them. So this is a simple one that I did recently, last month, for the insulated tote. Okay, is there any particular type of post, Marie, or that anybody would like to see demoed?
If anybody wants to comment in the chat,
Yeah.
we have, somebody did mention that even in the free version, you should be able to have 2 folders.
Yeah.
Cora asked for bookings or recruiting, or Anna said an animated picture. If you
Okay.
want to go back to doing. And then somebody asked, how do you get the backgrounds to change?
Okay. All
and
right.
when you're creating a banner, what are you using? So all the questions are popping in
I
the
know,
chat.
yeah.
For the banner, I use the Twitter image. It's just the right, I don't get too bogged down with, it has to be, I used to get more bogged down with, it has to be certain pixels, but Facebook's always changing, and that drives me crazy, and it takes too much time. So for me,
So
the
Twitter
image, let's see, Twitter post.
Not the Facebook post, not the Facebook one?
Not for the banner.
Oh, okay, but they have a Facebook banner one.
But then it's too big. I mean, it's not right.
Oh, okay.
So,
There's a Facebook
so
cover. I haven't used that recently. I've been using the team, or excuse me, Twitter post.
Okay,
And
I like that. Okay.
It does lose a little up top and a little on the bottom, but I just know that when I'm creating my banner and when I'm just going in to update it each month, those parameters are already in place, so I'm not redoing that.
So what you're doing right there as you're scrolling through is you have it all created,
It's
and
doing
you're
that
saving.
When I'm hovering over it, it
So-
will scroll through automatically.
So the comment thread is my banner never fits. So let's start there with, you're using a Twitter post to create your Facebook banner. There is a custom measurement, 1640 by 856. If you guys definitely write that down, I have that under my pad at my desk. 1640 by 856, custom Facebook banner to fit correctly. Go ahead, Nancy, sorry.
Okay, no problem. So if I want to add a background, there's all kinds of backgrounds I can use. If I want to use something from Canva, I just click on background over to the far left. You can have it be a solid color. You can click on the artist palette to create a new color. And you can drag it to be whatever color you want. I have preloaded, and once I have the Pro, I'll have the Pampered Chef Teal over here to join some of my default colors and have a color palette loaded. Some of the recently used is handy. If you use something recently and you don't want to have to scroll through to find it again, that's a handy feature. But when you are just looking, you can scroll through and find all kinds of things. You know, there are some images preloaded in here that have food in them, which is kind of handy, especially with a smoothie.
Nancy, while you're there, would you mind? So I do it in PicMonkey, but I didn't know that you can do it in Canva. How do you adjust? Because I noticed that some of your pictures are faded in the background, which I love that, but I can't figure it out on Canva.
Sure. Okay, so let's click on the photo. And then I'm going to go up here to this. I'm going to move this top box out of the way. Bear with me. Okay. So click on the image. When you don't have the image selected, you don't have any tools up here.
Okay.
So if you to affect a change or filter or do something, you've got to click on the image. And then this graduation
Oh,
image
there it is.
that's where you fade it.
Got it. Okay.
100 as default, and then you can change it.
Ah, okay. Okay.
And say maybe I don't like how that once I placed that image or that clicked on the background, it automatically put it how I wanted it to be. But maybe I don't want that to be quite so taking up all the space.
Okay.
This is different than a photo, so I'm not sure if this will work. If it doesn't, I'll show you how it works with a photo. Yeah. So you can just double click on it, and then you can move it around.
Got it.
You can also, maybe not with the backgrounds, but with the photos, you can crop them more. But it's nice to have that ability, even with the backgrounds, to change it. And then when it's to a stage that you like, you just click on done, and then it's set. If you
So
want to
just a double click will allow you to do that.
right, double click takes you to the ability to at least move it around a little bit. The photos, and I'll show you that now. I'm going to eliminate the background. Now, if you want to add a photo, there's two ways. If you want to add a Pampered Chef photo, you just click on Upload Image, go to your folders. For me, I'm on a MacBook Pro, and in my Documents folder, I have a Pampered Chef folder. And if I've already saved it, then I can just go and grab it. And with the search bar, it's really handy. I can just type in a word that I know is in the description and the title of the image, and I can pull it up and add it that way. That's how I've added these. If I want to use like my team banner with the train, I just went to Photos in Canva. I think actually I might have got one from Google Image, but there's a lot on here that are free. And so you can type in, just type in train and see what comes up. So that's a good one. And that's free. So you can change it however you want. And obviously for this, I would put that way in the background. If I wanted to add, this isn't going to make any sense necessarily, but it is the monthly. I'm going to show you how to change this image. So on my team banner, I've got this, but I don't have all this background. I don't know if you noticed that, because once you make this really tiny, drag in the corners to change the size, but that's unrecognizable, right? So the way that I changed that, I left it big, and then I double clicked on it, and then you see the corners. You just drag that down and drag it over. So you can eliminate a lot of what's there. Now I know the Pro has some better capability with this, but again, I'm not going to spend more money until I make more money.
Yeah. So you can't necessarily erase, like make a transparency and make the, erase the background on this.
Not
in the
in
Pro.
Pro you can,
Okay.
but not in the free version.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
I told Bree,
But that's a good workaround.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So then you can just change it down to whatever size, big or small, you want. So that's handy. Now, when in my team banner, when I'm needing to copy that, the copy feature is right here, where it says duplicate. And if you hover over the different things, it's going to tell you what it does. But this is, if I just want to copy as is, that's what I do.
Okay. What is the, can you add a link to that banner? Is there, like, if you type a word, can you add like a link to that banner?
You can, and I'm afraid I haven't tried that yet, but I'll look at that after, so I don't take your time, but I'll look at that.
I was wondering if you clicked on a website, if you can link it to a website or.
Yeah,
somebody asked if you could, what is the paint roller function?
Oops.
Right next to position, when you had it, it had a paint roller there.
That's on the photos.
Yeah. Oh, it's not there anymore.
I'm not sure. Let me get back to that. Let's go to some text real quick so you guys can see how to add different text. There are all kinds of elements, and we looked at some of those, but I'll go to text and then come back. So let's say we want a heading, and I have a team member whose name is Jeff, and he goes by Pampered Chef Jeff. So I'm just going to grab his name for a minute just to show you. It defaults to, at least on my version, it defaults to Open Sans, but there are all kinds of fonts for free in Canva. Plus you can upload your own, which I haven't done because there's so many here. The Pro version has more, of course. You can change the size, but it doesn't have to be one of these default sizes. If the size isn't quite what you want, you can type in and just change it to whatever, if I can grab it, like that. Or another way is to take the corner and grab it and resize it that way. That's a little faster because it can resize to just the size that you want. Now, if you're trying to move this, you can, my screen, holy cow. Went away, don't know why. If you go up to the edge and you get that little cross symbol, crisscross, that will help you drag it around. And you see that purple box, that can help you with placement to make sure things are balanced. Now there's, go ahead.
Someone asked, I'm going to answer and ask, somebody says, is there easy way to add 25 of them, like to add 25 like circles for your team member? You use the duplicate button. Do you just press that 25 times?
That's a great question. Let me show you real fast. I think my time is running out, so I'm.
Yes, we got like 1 minute, so.
Let her finish this. This is good.
Yeah.
So this is a quick circle. You just drag it down. You can use whatever shape you want from the elements. And this little tool is great to drag it when you want to curve your text, or not curve, but put it on a slant. You go there. If you want to change the space in between, it's this button here for spacing. It will allow you to change the space in between letters as well as the line height. Okay, now on the circles to duplicate, what I do, it's a really easy tool. Canva helps you line them up, see the dotted lines. And then I'll take those two, and then I'm going to click on Shift, and it lets me grab both of them. And then I'm going to group those and hit duplicate. And it's kind of like in Excel when you can duplicate things. So now I'm going to put those together. I'm going to ungroup and then regroup. Grouping is just putting the elements together so it's one piece. So you hit duplicate, and then you move on.
Cute.
And there's all kinds of things. If you want this to stand out more or have a background, you can hit on your text. You can hit, and if you don't see the tools, just click on the ellipsis, and then it shows you more.
There's that paint roller.
Yes. To be honest, I haven't used that one, so I don't know. I'm sure it's easy, but I don't know. So if I want to put a color background, it automatically kind of offsets it, and I'll just change the color. This is not a pretty image by any stretch. I'm just showing you the tools. And then I'm going to change the position because I want that to maybe be in the background. And right now, because there's just 2 layers, I only have the choice of forward and backward. But you can also align to the page by clicking any of these buttons. And then while it's highlighted, I can just press on the up and down arrows on my keyboard. And there you go. And that one I left in front because it shows up better in front. So there's a lot more to share, but I think my time's up. So
That is fabulous. And, you know, if anybody has any questions, what we could do is have a Canva chat either at the end or at the beginning of next Monday's call. So we could do it either way. But Nancy, thank you so much for sharing with us. And Louise said, so the purple box is where you should keep all your stuff inside of, ?
the purple box.
Oh, that was the lining up box. You know how you clicked it and the purple kind of gave you a...
Right, and that now it's blue when it's grouped together. But yes, when I'm trying to line stuff up, I just use
press
that.
Duplicate.
Right, because when you're lining it up, yes, now it's purple. And so that helps me get things spaced out quickly and pretty evenly.
Somebody asked, how do pages work? I don't know what you mean.
That's great. So if, like on my team banner and with the stuff on top, it's kind of hard to see it. See if it comes up real fast.
Somebody said they're going to go on Canva now. She's been hesitant and said thank you.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
The answer to how do you get click to shop link to work, it's not that you're giving them the link, but when you have click here to shop, you're going to put in the description of the picture the link for the show. So it's not really going to be a direct link to go to the party page, but when they click it, they will see the hot link to go to the party page.
Correct. That's how I'm using it. Because
maybe they want to know how you made it, because that was just adding the box with the words on top, right?
How did I make what? I'm sorry.
I don't know if they were just asking how you make that. Like, how do you make that? How do you get that effect? Like with the box and then put the, what do you call it, on top? Yeah, I don't know if that's what they were asking. Who was?
It was Carol Keene asked, how do you get the click to shop link?
Oh, link to work. Okay.
During the second half of this, when I'm not sharing my screen, I'm going to play around with that link and see if we can embed the link. I've just never tried that in Canva. But the way I'm currently doing it, once I place my banner image in my virtual party, when I'm setting up my virtual party group, then I immediately put the link or links for block parties in the description. So load the image as your banner, save it. You know, you can adjust it slightly, save it, and then click on it yourself so that when your customers, you're going to see the same thing they do. So click on it and then it says add description, and then you just copy and paste.
Great. Christy Dodge said if you save it as a PDF, and don't think you can save the PDF as a banner in Facebook. So I think we have to just put the link in the description of the picture.
And you can't use it.
And Lori Miller, who's sort of an expert, said the click to shop, that doesn't work on people's phones though. So be careful. People looking from their phones get so frustrated.
Good point, Lori. Thank you. When I'm creating a new team meeting image for an event that I create from our team page, or changing the team banner month to month, since it's still buffering, I think. I just click on the page image here to add another page. When I'm creating images for maybe a particular theme virtual party, same thing. I have a Google photo party album, and I just have a thread in Canva that allows me to keep adding images to that that are, specific to that type of party. So I don't have to go search all over Canva for it until I get pro. So that's
Okay.
there's the team.
Well, thank you, Nancy. And Patty, if you want to stop the recording and then we'll restart it with Cora.
Okay, hold on. Well, what if we, okay, all right.